This is Tish's Tips, Volume 2. This one is on the floor. There's so many things that can go wrong when we are trying to work our core and when we get down onto the floor. So I'm hoping that I am in a good enough position that you'll be able to see me. Excuse me as I adjust myself. So, when we are doing a whole lot of things with the arms moving and the legs moving when we are supine. What is that? Supine. Think of spine. Spine to the floor. That is supine. So I'm going to go supine and I'm going to do it here facing the side so you can see. Very important. We are working on using the muscles of the core to hold your spine stable. So if things are rocking and rolling all over the place, that is not what you're trying to achieve, and you could end up stressing your back. So head down. Anytime the arms go or the legs go, you have to make sure that the pelvis stays absolutely still. So here I'm letting my pelvis go. I hope you can see that what happened here. I have a gap. So that's not stabilizing. And if I did that a lot, and if I did that with two legs, I could end up with a real sore low back. So it's way better to do one leg, change your range of motion, even if you're doing two legs, to make sure that the pelvis does not move on these exercises. Yes? Same thing if you're doing anything we do the angels and we go down, and if we have the legs extended, it's really easy to allow the ribs to come up off the floor as your arms go overhead. So make sure that you are actually stabilizing the spine. Stable means not moving. So pull those ribs down, pull your pelvis into neutral. Yes, I will have just a little bit of gap here because that's the way my spine is. I don't have to pull all the way so I'm completely flattening, but I want to hold this absolutely stable no matter how I move. Yes? So, really important for you to monitor that for yourself. Protect your back. I hear a lot of people injuring themselves and injuring their neck, which is weird when you're on the floor. Most common mistake is when we go prone. Prone means face down. Is when we go prone and we lift. This is a very common mistake, is leading with your chin and your forehead lifts. So, see if I can do this at a diagonal so I can actually fit. Yep. I think I'm going to have to scoot back. So, once I'm down, I have a great view of the floor. And as I contract the muscles of my back to lift my head and shoulders off the floor, I still have the exact same view of my floor just from another inch or two away. So this is going to lead to issues. This is another one that I see very common, is what I call, when we get onto our sides, the TV watchers slump, and that is here. So when I turn around, you can see that I'm slumped down into this shoulder, and you can see that my head goes here, and then it makes this angle down. So when you get to you stay there for a while and you get really sore. So anytime you are side lying, option 1, rest your head on top of your arm. Option 2, if you're going to be lifted up, is you need to be lifted through those ribs. Make sure you do not fall into that shoulder issues there. Lift it up through the ribs, nice and solid through the elbow. And then again, my head is going to remain right in alignment with my spine. So no tilting, just right there. Yep. So, some core safety tips, things for you to pay attention to as you are doing your own workouts. Again, like I said, we can't see you right now, so it's hard for us to offer you modifications, and it's hard for us to offer corrections. So if you aren't sure or you're newer to working out, watch these videos, watch these little tips, and think about these as you're going through your workouts. It's also a really good idea, if it's a video, to watch the video the first time, sitting, maybe walking through it a little bit, and then turn it back on and actually do the workout. So then you'll have an idea of what you're supposed to do, as opposed to trying to crane and see exactly what the instructor is doing when you're in an odd position. So keep working out, stay active, stay healthy. See you soon.